He picks on me all the time. He's just not real nice. But it is payday tomorrow. He'll be real nice
Friday
tomorrow.
Eve.
That's right, Friday Eve today, but payday tomorrow. Look at him, smiling with that.
How could I not smile? Why would I not smile for that?
That boop, eating grin. Hi, hello, Moon Griffon Show. Glad to have you with us. By the way, Brandon, on programming notes, just for you.
Just for me.
I was called yesterday.
You got 5 guests today.
Nope. We got one young lady. Okay. I got, I'll be in Ellick tomorrow at Hickson. They went on, and Dallas is going to be in tomorrow. It was the only day we can get, so I am going to go tomorrow. I want people in Alexandria to know because they won't have time to run promos or nothing. I mean,
and the KPEL studio rejoices.
I'm telling you, and Lafayette's never been happier. Then on Tuesday, we'll be in Shreveport. I'll let people know where we're going to be in Shreveport on Tuesday. So we're gone throughout the next 4 days. So you ought to be happy. And you'll be paid one day. So, I mean, you can't beat that. All righty, let me jump.
Payday comes early today.
I don't know.
Early.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
He always knows when payday comes. He knows I'm gonna be gone tomorrow. In other words, what he's saying, folks, is don't forget to pay me today.
Yes.
Franny Hebert joins us. Franny, how you doing?
Good. Thank you for having us on this morning.
Okay, tell me what you got going on.
We have on March the 31st. We're coming up on it quick. It is a 3K run for the humans. The dogs will probably just be watching. It is to raise awareness and funds for the Mill Pond Kennels, but the daughter station will be Rescued Abilities Project, and what our aim is to go ahead and fund dogs for servicemen and women and their families, and also people who need assistance from a service dog for maybe mobility, PTSD. The list goes on and on for disabilities.
Yeah, you brought a beautiful dog. What kind of dog is that?
He is a Weimaraner.
Okay.
So he is from Germany. He is a pointer and a retriever. So.
Okay, see if you can go over there and retrieve me a biscuit from Brandon before he eats it. Still got the paper on it. Just tell him don't bite too hard. Beautiful, beautiful dog. Yeah. So what you're doing is you're helping veterans and people that need any kind of service dog.
Yes, sir. He is my personal owned dog. He is
beautiful dog.
For short list, help me with my hypertension when my blood pressure goes way up and I don't know about it. My aura migraines.
It lets you know.
Yes, sir.
But let me ask you a question. You know, I checked in this one time before, but I hadn't gone through with it. I have a young daughter that has seizures. And I know of a family in Monroe that has a dog that stays with that kid. Now, that kid, we have seizures. It's not every day. Unfortunately, it's probably weekly. And my question is, do you provide any of that stuff for the dogs so they can know when somebody's having a seizure?
Yes, sir.
Do you really?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, I'm going to keep your number because I may want to highlight. And I really am serious because we thought about doing that. I didn't know how expensive it was to get a dog and all that stuff and what really went into it. But I may call you and check on that because we have kind of been checking it out. Maddie does have them. I can't see Maddie walking around with a dog all the time. I can't. And the dog following her because I know Maddie said, would you tell that dog to leave me alone?
They kind of grow on you after a while.
I know, but she thinks I'm annoying, so I think she's going to think the dog's annoying too. But of course, she might rather have the dog than me.
Well, he also gives me back my independence. He gives my confidence back as well as my independence. That way I don't have to drag my husband or my kid to Walmart every time I want to go to Walmart.
That's pretty cool, though. That's a cool thing.
And when he goes out in public, he's pretty much like you see here. He's laying down and he's waiting for a command.
Okay. What organization are you with?
Rescued Abilities Project. Our website is rescuedabilitiesproject.com. You can also find us on Facebook. And our number is 337-993-1718.
So the race is in about 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
And the money raises for what again?
To go ahead and take care of that dog, to sponsor a dog, whether from us buying the food for them, the cage, the kennel, the mobility vest, everything. So it takes everything. It takes a lot.
I noticed the dog wants to come on me. I wonder what it's smelling. I got a little dog, so maybe that's what it's smelling, but it's kind of like wants to come over, and I don't have nothing to eat, buddy. I promise you, I don't have anything. Go by Brandon's. He's the one that always got something to eat. All right. One more time, how can people get in touch? This is a neat deal, and you may hear from me because
that's fine.
This is something that we wanted to look into, and I talked about it, and I've talked to people about it. We've had other people on the program, This is a really neat deal. I know you're dealing with veterans, but this is not just for veterans, special needs children. My daughter's a special needs child. This is pretty neat, though. And like you said, it gives you confidence. You can go give you independence. And I like what you said. That way you don't have to tell your husband and kids to come with you. You can actually go on your own. So tell people how to get in touch about the 3K run and things of that nature.
You can call us at 337-993-1718. We're on Facebook at Rescued Abilities Project on Facebook. If you private message us, you'll probably hear from me or Nikki or Mark. Those are the other people who help run the Rescued Abilities Project. They're the trainers. I get to come in and do the public access and also do fun things like this. Come visit y'all in the morning.
Okay.
And,
well, that's neat. I'm glad you came by.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful dog.
Thank you for having us.
Well, I wish you the best of luck. And if
Yes,
people
sir.
want to get in touch, what's the phone number again?
337-993-1718.
And website?
www.rescuedabilitiesproject.com.
And if they get in touch with me, I can pass you information.
Oh,
as
yes,
well.
sir. Please do.
And
Thank
the event
you
again.
Go ahead, Rand.
When's the event again? That's what?
March the 31st.
March 31st.
March 31st.
Okay, good.
And it starts at 8. The run starts at 8, and it lasts till 10. Then Legacy One will be providing some really outstanding food. They honor their veteran son by cooking in honor of
That's
him.
awesome.
So,
That's awesome stuff when you're dealing with veterans and special need. I mean, people
Yes, sir.
really try to reach out to those folks.
Yes, sir.
Brandy, good luck. God bless.
Thank you.
Beautiful
Thank
dog.
you.
Thank you. I'm just going to let you guys.
Oh,
Go ahead,
no,
Brandy.
don't leave just yet because
Okay.
I have somebody that just texted me that wants to help out. I have a local veterinarian
Okay,
that wants me
awesome.
to give you his
Yeah.
information. So as soon as we get to the commercial break, I'm going to get that to you.
All right.
I'll tell you what, you can stay right there if you want
All right.
to. And if you can listen to me and put up with me, you're pretty good. All right, Brandon's got to do it, but he gets paid. I'm not paying you. All right, 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. I do want to get back to Tops. And by the way, I want to thank Gus Ranch mostly for donating the money to St. Jude. We had him on yesterday. Gus is a great guy. The reason why I like Gus, even when we disagree on my program, he didn't have a problem like with Tops wanting to get some money back. And by the way, the more I thought about it, the more I disagreed with it, Brandon.
That was one of the best conversations.
But you know why I disagree with it even more? By the way, it's not a cut on Ranch. A lot of people believe what Ranch says. I don't believe in that at all because I think we ought to straighten the job market and that'll take care of it. But the number two, Brandon, this is a question. This is something that came to me. Should we make people that go K through 12 public schools that if they move out the state, should they have to pay back some money too? And I got to think about it now. Our tax dollars are paying for K through 12 public schools. I mean, if somebody eases out of here, look at the investment we made for 12, 13 years. And I just thought, sometimes you miss things when you're talking, and I thought, wow, we could come up with a lot of reasons to make people stay. The big kicker, though, if we change our business climate, if we make this the friendliest business state in the country, people would go get an education, and guess what? Where they going to go to work, Brandon? They're going to work here. It's a fact, and you go look at the stats and the numbers. Wherever you go to college, you got a bigger chance of staying there than you do going back home. I'm an example of that. Now, I'm in Lafayette today, but when I went to Monroe to play basketball and get an education at Northeast at the time, where did I stay for 35 years, Brandon? I stayed in Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
My roommate, I don't mind saying his name, he's a lawyer, Charles Harrell, great guy. Charles Harrell left ULM, went to law school in Mississippi. He's a Mississippi guy, though. Guess where he lives? He lives in Monroe. Mm-hmm. Keith Richard, the head basketball coach at ULM. Yeah, he left. He came right back. He's in Monroe. What I'm saying is there's a lot of people staying there unless the jobs are not there. Unless the jobs are not there, then they leave. If you look at it in the old state. So Gus Ranch's opinion on that is probably like 50% of the majority of people. I just don't always go with the majority of people. Okay, and I'll stick to what I'm saying. Change the business climate, we don't have that problem. In Texas, you think they're worried about who they graduate, who they gave scholarships, and where they stand? No, because the job market is really good there. This is not a discussion people are having in other states. You could say, well, other states is not, quote, giving scholarships. Yeah, they do. There's major scholarships given all over the country to get people to come to school and stay there. Okay, it may not be called TOPS. but it's called something else. Example, Brandon, in Georgia at one time now, this has been years ago, when they did the lottery, their lottery went to helping people pay for higher ed, to helping people go to college. Now, at one time, I don't know if that's changed, but at one time, Georgia had a scholarship program, and they did it through the lottery system. I never read where they had to pay money back if they left. But then again, in Georgia, the economy's not Louisiana, so probably kids, most of them are getting jobs there. So that's my big argument and my big disagreement. By the way, Gus is probably with a lot of people. I can't believe people think that way. Gus is going, my God, you throw me under the bus.
Yeah.
No, Gus, I'm not, brother. I'm just I can't believe people think if we imprison people and don't let them out, this is a good thing for the state. We want to get something back out of them out of the investment we made. Well, I say you can't circle people in a state and make them stay here because you don't want to get your job climate right. Anyway, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Hi, y'all. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. Before we get to the Constitutional Convention, and I'll be one of the few that says, no way. And there's a couple things we need to do. I just wonder if we can do it without having one. Because I'm going to tell you the real meaning, and I'll tell you what some of the stuff is that they're coming up with. And who is in the Constitutional Convention will be the same people we've been reading about on every board known to mankind that's never fixed a thing. Just a minute. I want to jump gears. One of my favorite things to do is fish. Captain Norman joins me, and I'm about sick of Captain Norman because he keeps sending me pictures of all these beautiful redfish. Cap, what's up?
That's what we're doing. We catching redfish, Moon.
Yeah, but
the trout are kind of still elusive, but we got our first live shrimp yesterday morning, and so that means with live shrimp coming in, the trout are not too far behind them.
Yeah, no doubt about it. But yes, you right now is the time too, Cap. If I recall, to catch a big speck, because those big specks are coming. I'm talking about those 4 and 5 and 6 pounders, maybe some bigger than that.
Yeah, some of my buddies, they've been wade fishing. They're only catching like 1 trout a day or 2 a day. That's just still early. We got a lot of fresh water. But what we're concentrating on now is catching reds. That's basically what we're doing, Moon.
Look like you're limiting out all the pictures that you send me with a couple people. Look like you have at least 10 or 15 reds. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I had a great couple, a guy and his daughter yesterday, and just had a blast with them, little lady, special needs lady. But, I mean, she had a great time, and it was just a pleasure to be able to get her on some fish. And we caught a limit of reds yesterday morning, had some good reds, sure did.
Yeah, I saw the pictures. Thank you for sticking it in my eye.
yeah. Well, you're going to have to get over here, you know, if you're going to catch them. You can't catch them over there in that radio station.
No, I agree with that. It's called having the time, and that hadn't presented itself. But I'm going to holler at you. I got, we gave away a trip that benefited Maddie and them, and I got a young lady asked me about it, and she wanted me to take the young kids, and there's 2 young boys, and I need to get that lined up with you and take it because she's on my fanny to come take you.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
But they'll have a blast if they catch them reds.
Yeah. Well, good deal. We're booking April. I got about 14 days left in April open. It's closing in pretty fast. But May, I'm booking May also. So if they'll give me a call at 337-884-0656, we'd be glad to set them up with a trip, or either they can reach me at aspectcharters@aol.com.
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, Cap. I'm going to send a picture of one of these several pictures that you sent me to my Facebook lady and put the numbers and all that so people can check it out. That way they can see exactly what you're catching.
Cool. I'd appreciate that.
All right, Cap. Good talking to you, man. Good luck to you.
Same here, buddy.
Talk
to you later.
All right. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. All right. Constitutional Convention. One of the bills had 28 authors on it. Let me just tell you what they say they're trying to do, and then I'll give you the truth and the rest of the story. I remember the late C.B. Ferguson was definitely against the Constitutional Convention. He knows what's going to happen. It's not what good can come out of it. It's what the bad that's going to come out of it from the players that are going to be there. There's just bills over and over again. Steve Carter, Representative Steve Carter, Republican Baton Rouge, said Wednesday, we owe it to the public to at least attempt to try to untangle this mess. Remember early in the program I said there's a mess, and they created it. So they create the mess, and then they're going to get us out of it. Does that sound like government work or what? So one of the bills that advanced in the House yesterday, at least through a committee, the most significant movement on the topic, 29 co-authors, including House Speaker Taylor Barra, House Appropriations Chairman Cameron Henry, and House Ways and Means Chair Neil Aberson. Now, by the way, good people. I'm not saying it. These guys, some of these guys have been on my program. It's not a cut on them. I just think they're messing up to allow this to take place. So there's been 2 or 3 bills that they're really working on to get to us. And let me just tell you some of the things that they want to do. Number one is they say they want to get rid of all the dedicated funds. Now, to me, that is important that we do that. I just wonder if we can do it without having a constitutional convention. Because I'm telling you, once they get in there, I'm telling you what's going to happen, and you're not going to like it, but I'm going to be blunt with you. So that's one of the things they want to do. But let me give you a few other things that you can book that they want to do. Julie Stokes, or Nancy Pelosi, as we like to call her, because the fact is she's closer to Nancy Pelosi than she is anybody else that I've ever seen that run government. Nancy, if you notice our session, every other year we can raise taxes. Okay, and every other year you can't. That's why they have a special session. They can't raise taxes in this session. That's why they have a special session before they're going to have one. It's all about raising taxes. Julie Stokes wants to make it where they can raise taxes every year. Well, we're going to save on special session. Yeah, but you're going to save on special session while the rest of us get our pocketbook ripped out of us. So she wants to. You realize Texas only meets every other year, Brandon? I don't know if you knew that or not. Texas meets every 2 years. Every 2 years. They don't meet every year. So, and we don't need them to meet every year because they come up with silly and stupid stuff every year. But the bottom line is, Julie Stokes wants to take the bills and she wants to take the Constitution, and now we're going to be able to tax every year. They can come up with taxes. Now, here's the kick to that. Although they might get rid of the dedicated funds, which should help, they want to get rid of the 2/3 votes on raising taxes and fees. That's the biggest key to the convention for them. Think about it. If they can get rid of the 2/3, if they do what Julie Stokes wants, vote taxes every year, and they get rid of the 2/3 votes on taxes and fees, they can not only raise taxes every year, it's only going to take a majority of vote, which is pretty easy. All the Democrats, and the Nancy Pelosi, Julie Stokes, Barry Irby, Brian, I ain't raising taxes, Shadwell, all these people will raise taxes every chance they get. Mark Abraham, they just raise them. So who wants a constitutional convention that will raise taxes every year and can do it easier by making it just a simple majority vote? Here's something else. Look for them to get rid of term limits. They get into the Constitution, they can get rid of term limits. Now, I'm not as big a term limit guy as I once was, but a lot of people still are, because we do remove some people. But it's a joke because they can jump in the House for 12 and in the Senate for 12 and in the House for 12. John Alario and Francis Thompson will prove what kind of joke this is. They will prove what kind of joke it is. They were in the House. They got term limited after 12 years. They went to the Senate. They're going to be term limited after 12. They're going back to the House. It's a joke. The law should have been written where people like that can't ever run again. So, term limits, tax every session, and get rid of the 2/3 vote. How do you think Louisiana wins on that? Here's another thing. Let me give you an example. One of the bills, House Bill 500, you start asking, who's going to be at this Constitutional Convention? Do I get to go? Okay. House Bill 500 calls for 132 delegates, 105 members of the public elected from the state House district. 105 members of the public elected from state House districts. In other words, Brandon, if I'm reading this right, this is the 105 state representatives get to go. and 27 appointed by various stakeholders, organizations, and good government groups. Well, who is that? Cable, poor, same people. Higher ed's going to get people there. Same people that on every committee that tried to fix it for the last 10 and 20 years will be going to this thing, along with if I'm reading this right, Brandon, how would you read this? 105 members of the public elected from state house districts. Does that not sound, that means all the representatives will have a say in it. The same people that screwed it up.
Unless they have some kind of other process for electing people. But how do you get that word out to people, though?
Brandon,
you know what I'm saying?
Brandon, trust me. If Representative so-and-so comes up and said, I'm going to be the deal, who's going to fight him?
Well, yeah.
So that's why I think it's set up that way. But it says, I'm trying to read this. This is what they do.
Because what people think is they feel like this is something that could be a grassroots effort from the citizens of Louisiana. I know they're citizens, the elected officials are, but they feel like it's more like the everyday common man is going to have a voice in this,
but let me
right?
read it again, Brandon. 105 members of the public elected from the state house district. Okay, if I look at the guy, my state rep is the public elected state house district, the district I'm in. That's what it looks like to me. And then you get 27 appointed by various stakeholder organizations. Well, who is that?
Yeah.
And then good government groups. Here's another one. Senate Bill 218 calls for 128 delegates, 105 of which will be elected at large, with the rest appointed by the legislature, stakeholders, and good government groups. Well, who are these people? Where are they going to come from? Good government groups. You know, folks, I do agree with getting rid of the statutory dedications. The only reason we have them is elected officials put them there because they didn't have the guts to vote for bills, and they sent them along to you and me to vote for them. Once you open this thing up, I'm telling you what the goal is. I think Julie Stokes, Nancy Pelosi, she wants to be able to tax every year, number one, and then they want to lower the bar to only a majority vote to pass taxes and fees on us. That's where it used to be. That's where the fight is. They want to be able to get more money out of our pocket. This is not about straightening up anything. This is about ways to get more money out of our pockets. You tell me how many of you people want a constitutional convention. Yet the lawmakers are about to sign off to it, and I'm warning them, I promise you there will be more bad come out of it than good. There's no way they're going to come out of that without rimming in them getting more money. We'll be right back. Griffon Show, great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Hickson has it hotline. If you'd like to be part of the program, it's your opportunity to be a voice. Big push coming. And look, some of the people that I like will be supporting the Constitutional Convention. You know, that's how Taylor Barra's name on Cameron Henry. I just think if they're not careful, they're making a big mistake. You know, I just think the people in Baton Rouge, by the way, they started talking about doing it in 2022. But the parameters will be set up. The parameters will be set up now for that Constitution. And that's what bothers me with this current set of people. The governor wants it. That bothers me. And I'm just letting you know that because I know what's coming in the big picture. The big picture is they want to get, Julie Stokes wants it taxed. Nancy Pelosi Stokes wants a tax every single year she wants to be able to tax. The big thing they want is to get rid of the 2/3 vote on taxes. And when they start getting into that, cutting deals, that's what they're going to come out of it with. And that's why I don't trust the process. The people they want to go get are going to be the exact, it could be the representatives, it could be a lot of the senators. They'll make it where the governor can put 10 people in there and John Alario can put 10 people in there. It's not going to fix the problem. Undedicated money, if they undedicate money, they still going to run the dialysis machines out there and tops and all that stuff when they get in trouble. I'm telling y'all we need to be careful with this. This can change up everything they do. Nancy Pelosi Stokes wants to be taxed. They want us to have an opportunity to be taxed every year. Texas goes to session every other year. So they can't tax every year. But Miss Pelosi, she wants to be taxed every year. Then go ahead and get rid of the 2/3 vote on taxes and fees, and guess what happens? I mean, they're going to take as much as they can from you. This is going to all fall back in our face, folks. Why would you give this group an opportunity for a constitutional convention? Man, we got more Republicans. I know that, but you got them Nancy Pelosi Stokes type Republicans. You know, you got the Rob Shadwans. You got these people that really Barry Ivey, supposed to be a Tea Party conservative, acts like a liberal Democrat. They don't want change to Democrat because they can't win. Don't y'all think Rob Shadwan and Barry Ivey, anybody up for re-election, Stokes, they ought to run in their position as a Democrat? Then we would know who they are by the stripes on their uniform. We'd be able to make a fair calling. They can't do that. They can't do that. But boy, this constitutional convention worries me as it gets more and more people to agree to it. It should scare you. It should scare you. And I don't care who writes about it, who says it's a good thing. It does matter who's there. It does matter who gets to go there. Now, the good news, Brandon, out of all that, if they come back with some of the stuff we're talking about, the people get to ratify it. We get to vote on it. You do realize that, huh? We get to vote on it ultimately. And once again, I'll have the truth of what happens once it's all out and about. The deals will be cut. The big players will be the same players that help us get in this mess. A lot of them will be. They'll go grab the good government people. You know, that's the watchdog groups. I don't want a watchdog. I want to watch cat. They'll watchdog sit under the porch and sleep as the bank's being robbed. They hadn't come up with one proposal yet that worked. What did they accomplish? Trust me, the big players of always in the last 20 or 30 years will be at the convention, getting a say. Not us little peasants. We won't have much of a say. I'll say it again. Tax every year. Go down to a majority vote to raise taxes is what they really want. And I think term limits as well. All right, we got to take a break. 844-766-6607, Hickson has hotline. Remember, Brandon, you need to save this segment. Put it in a file, put Constitutional Convention, and in a few years, if they have one, you'll see what I mean. All right, we got to take a break. Be right back. You're listening to the Moon Griffon Show. Hi, hello. Welcome back. Moon Griffon Show. Great to have you with us. 844-766-6607. Hickson has a hotline. If you'd like to be part of the program, it's your opportunity to be a voice. Don't forget to check out my good friends at Shucks. Shucks is balling crawfish now. And I'm telling you, good stuff, folks, to go along with all their other great Cajun cuisine. And, of course, their raw oysters, their char-grilled oysters. They do it, and they do it right, and it's happening at Shucks. If you just take the easy drive out to Abbeville off of 167, you'll run right into it just about, and you will enjoy the food and the atmosphere. It's about the same. You love both of them. Tell you, I don't go there without ever having a good time. Bert and David do a wonderful job. Their waitresses and waiters have been there for a long time, and they know your customers. Folks, if you're a regular, they know you, and they won't make it a point to know you. But I tell you what, Shucks is a good time. And look, a lot of ball games, people traveling from soccer to baseball now. If you're in the area somewhere close, just call them and tell them you got a group coming, see if they can fit you in. I'm telling you, it's going to be worth the trip. You people that are coming from out of town, it's worth every penny and every second to go to Shucks. It's good stuff, good groceries, as I like to say. All right, Melvin in Bastrop, Louisiana. How you doing, Melvin?
Doing all right. Moon, how are you doing?
Doing fine, sir.
I've just got a couple of things that I'd like to say in relation to the couple of callers that called just before concerning the Constitutional Convention. If I remember correctly, back in the early 70s when we had the last Constitutional Convention,
73,
the delegates were elected. The delegates were elected from the districts, true enough, the representative districts, but they were elected in a special election. It was not necessarily the representative. It was in service in the House at the time. And concerning the call of the that you got on the schools being supported by the lottery, every political body that was involved in trying to get that thing passed peddled it to the American people, or to the people of Louisiana, as a means to fund education. Mm-hmm. Every police jury member that was for it, everyone that I talked to, from start to finish, they were going to fix education with it. And you're right, they probably put some in and took it out the other side. And that just brings us to the point to where the people, the representatives that we've elected are not doing right. And there was an old preacher had a university over in on the East Coast somewhere, Dr. Bob Jones. He had a saying, whatever he was preaching, he said, if the stars fall, do right. If we don't do right, things are not going to last. We've got marijuana, we've got liquor, we've got the last Constitutional Convention that I knew about. It destroyed laws that people had had in effect for years.
Well,
they threw those laws out because they hadn't been constitutionally passed.
Well, Melvin, just remember, you don't have to remember much. If they have one, there goes probably term limits. For sure, the 2/3 vote on taxes, they want to get rid of that, and they want to be able to vote for taxes every year. Those, I think, are your main goals. All this other stuff, and there's no doubt they want to undedicate funds. They want to undedicate funds. But they'll come up with another excuse of why they can't pay the bills and why we need more money. And I'm telling you, if they get in there and start messing with taxes and stuff like that, we are not going to win as citizens. The government wants more of our money, and that's why they're talking. This is all about money. This is not about anything else. It's not about doing the moral right thing. It's about your dollars and mine. And I believe this. If they have it and the wrong players are there, and I believe the wrong players will be there, it'll be the same people that's been there, same people that tell us we need to raise this and raise that. They're going to show up, and it's not going to help our state. Taking more money out of the people's pockets will never help them to prosper on their own. Never. Ever, ever, ever. But that's not what we're going to get. Anyway, I got to run. Thanks, Mr. Melvin. Appreciate the call. Lafayette, we go to Mr. Ted. How you doing, Ted?
How you doing, Moon?
How you doing, sir?
How you doing, Moon?
I'm doing fine.
All right. Moon, I want to tell you something. They need to get in these schools. They had a whole bunch of young kids recently got in trouble about talking about school shootings. Now, you had 100 and something incidences in the paper and 60-something people arrested. These children some of them don't have common sense because they're too young or they're temperamental. But somebody needs to get in the schools and they need to inform these children that, or put it on the radio and inform them that talking about any of this stuff is going to be taken really seriously. Children don't have full concept of how much trouble they can get into over these things.
Yeah. I know.
I don't know.
They got to be careful. It's no doubt. You can't even joke about something like that. You can't. I mean, don't get me wrong. Most of it wouldn't be a joke. There's always something funny can be made out of anything, but they got to be careful.
Yeah. People have to be careful of what they say. You see, that shows how our country, between that and the political correctness, how you can't say something about certain races, how you can't say something about some violence or something like that. That shows just how our country is starting to clamp itself down and become less free.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I know. They're going to have to be careful. There's no doubt about it.
Yes, they sure have to. Okay, Moon, have a good day. We have some beautiful weather today.
All right, man. Appreciate the call. By the way, folks, I do want to mention my good friend Craig Olivier at Olivier's Custom Ride and Reels and Tackle. They're located in Lafayette, Louisiana, but you can custom build rides. They build some of the best rides you're going to use. And all you got to do is give them a call, 337-233-6341, 233-6341, or go to ocrcustomtackle.com. He's also starting, they got baits and jigs. They build a lot of the jigs for these saltwater fishermen. They got their own baits, their own mows on stuff like Cinco-type baits, creature-type baits. They do all that on. You ought to check them out. Check them out online. He's also having a King of Henderson tournament that starts today, March 15th, on Henderson at the Basin Landing, 5:30 till dark. You just show up early, pay your money, you can fish it. It leads up. They do this every other Thursday, and it leads up to a big tournament in August. So check them out. Craig Olivier, they do a real good job. By the way, I don't know if y'all saw this, Republican lawmakers are pushing tax per miles to replace gas taxes. Sam Graves of Missouri. Now, let me ask y'all a question. If you, Brandon, I drive a lot more than you. Okay. We pay equally at the pump when we pay as far as how much taxes that we pay. 38.25 cents, whatever it is. That's federal and state taxes in Louisiana. If I'm driving more than you, who you think pays more in taxes?
Well, of course you.
So
of course.
So now they want to go to this tax per mile. You know what they're going to do? They're going to limit. This is what people are going to do. They're going to quit driving as much. Mm-hmm. Just telling you. I mean, people are going to try to figure out a way. See, they're coming at us from the federal. They're coming at us from the state. They're coming at us from the local government because they don't think we're going to ever run out of money. So if I'm already paying a lot more gas than you, Brandon, my gas bill is probably somewhere around $500 a month, maybe $600 a month.
Cool.
Okay, if that's true, and your gas bill is $200 a month, ain't I paying a lot more than you? And because I'm driving more than you?
Absolutely.
See, so you can book if they do per mile, they believe they can make more money from the highway tax, or they would leave it like it is. I'm already paying more. Now I'm about to pay a lot more because I drive more. There's some people out there drive more than me. I'm about 30. I do anywhere from 34 to 40,000 a year. I think Joey said he does 50 or 60. You know the brilliant one?
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden we're going to up that to where I'm going to have to pay a lot more. For what? Well, quit driving so much. Okay, so I need to quit working? I mean, they come up with all these ideas. All of it is to get more money out your pocket. None of it for good government. Constitutional Convention. I warn you. I think they're gonna push it through. And when we get finished, we'll be able to tax every year and only with the majority vote. God bless. See you tomorrow.